What the fuck is up, everyone? Prison Miller here. Today we will be reviewing the new Sodom album, The Arsonist, which will be out on June 27th. This is the band's 17th studio album. As you know, they were one of the big influential bands in the thrash scene. They are part of the big four of the Teutonic Thrash, along with Creator, Destruction, and Tankard. Definitely influential band. I mean, Sodom has put out some really great stuff. I don't think I heard a bad album from them. And I've done a ranking on them a few years ago. I mean, maybe a few albums I don't really like, but I wouldn't say they're like bad. Like, I can't find a bad album from them, but they put out some really great stuff. Like, I really love the album Agent Orange. That's definitely a classic. Persecution Mania is a great one. Hell, even Better Off Dead's a great album. And Tapping the Vein as well. Those are great albums. Even their crossover thrash albums are good. I dig their 90s stuff as well as their 2000 stuff. So, yeah, I don't think there's a bad album by them. I mean, Sodom is definitely one of their most consistent bands out here. Even to this very day, they remain consistent. Even their 90s material, I pretty much consider it as thrash. Like, they barely abandoned that genre, unlike most thrash bands that's been out in the 80s. And then they abandoned most of it in the 90s. And turns out Sodom is one of the few bands that didn't. And, yeah, throughout their entire discography, they kept very consistent, and The Arsonist is no exception. I mean, throughout the album, it's pretty much what you hear from Sodom. I mean, most of the tracks are 3 to 4 minutes, full of hard, heavy riffs. I mean, there's no like 6 or 7 minute songs in this album, unlike their last album. But I would not complain about it. It's got some heavy thrashing riffs, really great raspy vocals from Tom Angel Ripper. The drum may be a little polished at times, but I'm not complaining much. And it's got some really great tracks like, sorry, that's my cat. Witch Hunter was a very thrashy song. Taphobia is a great one. AWTF, really great tracks. Trigger Discipline is a great one. Also, the opening tracks, The Arsonist and Battle of Harvest Moon. Well, The Arsonist is pretty much the intro to the album. Then we got a really heavy track, Battle of Harvest Moon, with full of thrashy riffs, really high tempo, really solid. Yeah, amazing riffs, great solo as well. Like, throughout the song is great. The track Gun Without Groom has a slightly more melodic voice from Tom Angel Ripper, with this slightly melodic vocals in the verse. And then throughout the track, you hear some of the few black metal elements with the blast beats and stuff. It's something you hear from their early materials, like from their In the Sign of Evil EP, with some of the fewer black metal elements. Like, they kind of bring it back a bit with this album with just one song, Gun Without Groom, with the little slightly melodic vocals from Angel Ripper. Scavenger is one of their more groovier tracks on the album, with the riffs and the slower tempos and such like that, while keeping this thrashy pumping going on with the drummings and such like that. And then up until that solo, they started to pick up the pace a bit with the tempos, with this kick-ass solo and riffs, such like that, with this nice solid production as well. Then we got track 9, Sane Insanity, which has this great riffs with the higher tempo sound. I mean, the riffs kind of reminds me of Exodus a bit. Like an Exodus feel to it with the riffs. I think it's in standard D tuning, just like with most Exodus' later materials. I mean, it's got some great kick-ass solos, kick-ass riffs, everything, kick-ass vocals too. Then we got Twilight Void, which is kind of it's one of those songs that kind of steps up a bit. Like, I mean, there's no ballad sound or anything like that. It's just a thrashy song that builds up later on with more kick-ass riffs, kick-ass solos, solid vocals from Tom Angel Ripper, such like that. It's a fucking kick-ass song, and it's probably my favorite song off the album. And then there's the closing track, Return to God in Parts, which is just like Twilight Void. It starts off with the slower tempo beats, and it kicks up with kick-ass solos and riffs, especially with the outro in this song, which brings up to with quite a solid of a bang to it. With you hear more like war samples at the outro and stuff like that, which is a great way to close the album. So yeah, guys, I don't know what else to tell you about this album. It's another Sodom album. That's all I have to say here. My only complaint about this album is mainly the 12th track, Obliteration of the Aeons. I kind of find that track filler, to be honest, and I think that song is better to be left out. Like, they could just cut that song off the album and make it as 12 tracks instead of 13. So, yeah, I find that song a bit filler. But other than that, there's really nothing I would complain about for this record. And some people may complain, well, not me, may complain about the drum production on this album. I mean, if some people may complain about it, I can understand why, but because there's some moments where you hear more drums and riffs on a few moments, but I'm not complaining here, so some people might, but I'm not. I don't know what else to say. I think it's a pretty solid album. I think it's pretty good, so I'm going to go for a 3.5 out of 5. It's just another Sodom record. I mean, it's their first album in almost 5 years. It's a little predictable, but I enjoyed it. I mean, predictable doesn't mean bad or anything like that. I do enjoy it. It kicks ass. So, however, I think their last album, Genesis 16, is better. I mean, mainly because it has more unpredictable moments, and stuff like that. In fact, I think it's one of their best albums in quite a long time as well. Even the best Sodom album in years. Not my favorite Sodom album, but definitely one of their best modern Sodom albums. But this album, not so much. I mean, it's good. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying don't listen to it or anything like that. I mean, if you're into thrash and shit like that, check this out. It's a pretty good album. Although, they did bring back a little bit of a black metal element, but that's just one song. But other than that, really solid album. Pretty good album. Another Sodom album. If you're a fan of Sodom, like a huge fan of Sodom, you will definitely love this album. That's pretty much all I have to say here. So, yeah, guys, 3.5 out of 5. Really good album. If you're a thrash fan, you will definitely enjoy this album. So, check it out. Why the fuck not? And that is my review for Sodom's new album, The Arsonist. So, what are your thoughts on their new album? Do you like this album? Do you not like this album? Let me know in the comments. So, yeah, guys, that's pretty much the video. So, if you enjoyed this video, subscribe for more content. Give a thumbs up and all that bullshit. And check out those videos, whatever's popping up on my screen. So, yeah, guys, I'm going to go ahead and get the fuck out of here. So, I'm out.